Johnny is 18 years old, has plans, thinks about developing himself, wants to start a professional career, but every day he wakes up thinking about finding the love of his life. He wants company, that's all he thinks about, and not only would he like a life partner, but he also wants more friends, more parties, more events to go to. He wants action, fun, feelings, and he goes in search of this. He lives great adventures. He finally finds a girlfriend. 3 years go by and now he's 21 and his girlfriend is gone, the parties are no fun, his friends have forgotten him and he's at the same level he was when I was 18. Thinking about a career, not having so much money, a life without evolution, he wanted so much company, he wanted so much love to call his own, but he forgot the main thing, he forgot the priority. Johnny didn't reason about a main direction. A meaning, a path that with each step he would build would take him to higher levels. He forgot the main thing, the most important thing all because he was distracted by companies. He wanted so much fun, he wanted so much to be around others, yet he didn't do the basics for himself. The story I am telling sounds like an exaggeration, however I see this example every day here in my city when I hear about schoolmates or acquaintances my age. Young people and even adults waste more and more of their individual lives because they spend too much time jumping from relationship to relationship or talking and partying too much with their friends. Or thinking too much and living too little. By the way, these days I learned about a girl who had enormous potential. She got high grades, dreamed of big projects. She had discipline. But unfortunately in these last years she got into boyfriends, wrong relationships, parties, got distracted as most teenagers do, and today she is working in a common place, having a common life. This is good too, of course. But trust me, she had a lot of potential. And those who knew her at that time know that she could have gone much further. And when I say much further, it is really much further if she had concentrated more on her own life. But why am I telling you all this? Because one of the biggest mistakes of modernity is not to get used to being alone. People don't know how or don't have the maturity to be alone. And I say this because I also see many who are alone but only deceive themselves, do nothing worthwhile, are alone, are in solitude, but spend hours on their cell phones or seeking pleasure, if you know what I mean. Or injecting nonsense into their minds, feeding bad thoughts and bad habits. And in these cases there is no point in being alone, when there is no concentration, no discipline, and no purpose. So get used to being alone. But never alone and undisciplined. In your moment, in your privacy, in peace with yourself, you should clear out books, you should plan your next steps, you should think about your mistakes calmly. The ones you have made and still regret. And you should also think about your attitude, especially when you had opportunities and didn't take them. Understand one thing, solitude is for you to completely analyze and build your life. It's not a time for you to go on a trip and be a fool and ruin your moment with nonsense. Control your emotions, control your impulses, because I know well how to. Be alone and your addictions start whispering in your ear, trying to fool you, trying to distract you, but guess what, you won't overcome them by pretending they don't exist. Addiction is only cured when you slowly decrease the way you feed it. The addiction will only be overcome when you slowly decrease the dose until you starve it to death. Now if you try to stop all at once you will only make the situation worse. Take it from me. And this advice includes any addiction. Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about here. Being alone is not just being alone. If you want advantages, you must know your addictions and find purpose in every action. Even if it is a simple action. And if you want results, you have to face your own company to the point of getting used to not having other companies. But to the point of not depending on